For every South Indian, Sambar Sadam or Sambar rice is a comfort food. For me as well. Today I'm going to show you how to make Sambar Sadam with lots of vegetables, easy tips and tricks and exact measurements to make for 4 people. If you have more items, it will even serve 6 people. This is 3/4 cup of Sona Masuri rice and 1/4 cup of Toor dal. I'm going to wash it separately and then soak it. For the rice, I've added about 3 full cups of water, and for the dal, I've added 4 times water, which is 1 full cup. In a pressure cooker, I've put a stand. The rice goes in, another stand, and the dal goes on top. And this way, everything will cook perfectly. For the dal, I will add half a teaspoon of methi seeds and about a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. I'm going to close the lid and take about 4 pressure whistles on a medium heat. These are all the vegetables I have for the sambar rice. I've taken about 2 cups of ash gourd, which is white pumpkin, 1 medium-sized carrot, half a cup of frozen peas, about 10 to 15 4-inch piece of drumstick. If you have the whole drumstick, I will use about 2 of them. 2 tomatoes, 1 cup of small onions, half of bell pepper and half of a small onion. I'm going to chop up the vegetables that is still whole and set it aside. The small onions, I'm going to cut them in 4. Here I have about 3 tablespoons of soaked tamarind. If you don't have this, use 3 tablespoons of store-bought tamarind and dilute it with 4 cups of water. Here I've used 2 cups initially and then 1 cup later on to squeeze out all the pulp. So totally about 4 cups here. And I'm going to take it out in another vessel so that the residue or any dirt left over can be discarded. This is your tamarind proportion. So 4 full cups of tamarind water. Here the rice and dal is done, and you can see how well the dal has cooked, and the rice is also very well cooked. Now I'm going to take out the vessel in which I'm going to cook the sambar rice. I've taken about 5 to 6 tablespoons of peanut oil. I've added a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Once it's popped, I've added about 4 to 5 dry red chilies and saute it for just few seconds. Add the small onions and the small little piece of regular onion. Saute it for about a minute or 2 and then add the hard vegetables. I'm going to go ahead with the carrots and the drumsticks, which is called as sajan or murungaka. Saute it and cover and cook for about 2 minutes. This will help the carrots and drumsticks to break down. Now add the peas and ash gourd. After this, I'm also going to go ahead and add the tomatoes. I didn't add the tomatoes first because I want them to hold their shape towards the end so that it doesn't become all mushy in the beginning. Add about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and saute it for about a minute. Make sure to cook all of this on a medium heat. Add all the tamarind, and if you notice, I've not added any salt because I want the vegetables to cook and then absorb the tamarind water as well. The tamarind will make sure that it doesn't become mushy. Here the rice and dal is ready. I've cooked the vegetables for about 6 minutes covered on a medium heat, and I'm going to continue this for another 4 minutes. So totally 10 minutes of cooking. Now I'm going to go ahead and add salt for the dish. I've added about 2.5 teaspoons. Now the star of the show is sambar powder. I've added about 4 tablespoons of sambar powder. This is homemade and I'll provide the link to this recipe. This is my family's traditional recipe, and along with this I've added the dal. I've also diluted with another half a cup of water and mix it well. Now allow this to cover and cook for about 6 minutes more. The sambar powder, which has a lot of ingredients, will all fluff up and start making this gravy thick. You can notice the texture and the consistency. At this stage, you will add all the rice. And once you add the rice, make sure to break down any big lumps, and now reduce the heat to a medium-low. Mix and taste for salt at this stage. If it's less, you can always add a little bit more. And when there is so much tamarind involved, we will add just 1 teaspoon of jaggery powder, which will cut the sharpness of the tamarind, and it's totally optional. If you don't want, you don't have to add. Cover and cook for about 4 minutes on a very low heat so that all these flavors blend and absorb and become excellent. Now I've opened the lid. I'm going to garnish with a handful of curry leaf and a dollop of ghee. Cover and let it sit for about 30 minutes before you serve. Everything will become nice and thick, and it will not be very thick, but it will be the consistency I'm showing you. So I have made some baby potato fry and some very popular plums. This is a comfort food. It's a very close food for all South Indians. So enjoy this dish. Enjoy this weekend. Like and subscribe my channel. Follow me on Instagram and let me know how Sambar Sadam turned out for you.